Hello, very good morning and welcome to Athavan newspaper highlights. Today, Monday, 6th of February 2016. This is Edward with the highlights of today's English newspapers. Firstly, let's have a look on the Daily Mirror. The main headline says, COPE chairman undecided on appearing before PCOI. The time is still not ripe to decide on appearing before Commission. Broad investigation is the need of the hour. Parliamentary Committee on Public Enterprises Chairman Sunil Hendunetti said yesterday he was still undecided whether to appear before the Presidential Commission of Inquiry to testify on the central bank bond issue. Another highlight says Mahendran spent 66 million rupees for his own purposes. Former Central Bank Governor Arjuna Mahendran spent 66 million rupees of central bank funds on 163 occasions during a span of 21 months of his own purposes. Voice Against Corruption convener Vasant Samarasinghe alleged yesterday. Finance Minister Ravi Karunanayake says some newcomers try to create problems. Those who worked full-time to prevent the formation of the Good Governance government later joined the same administration. A few members who joined in the government after its formation by the President and the Prime Minister on good governance principles tried to create problems for the government while enjoying ministerial portfolios. Another highlight says, no Chinese military into Hambantota port. Sri Lanka envoys to China. Chinese military activity will not be allowed at the Hambantota port considering concerns from India. Sri Lanka's ambassador to Beijing said on Saturday, playing down protests by hundreds of opposition supporters on the handing over of an 80% stake in the strategic port to a Chinese firm. Another highlight says, Sasikala now Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu. V.K. Sasikala, the long-time companion of J. Jayalalitha, who became the party chief after her death, has been elected the chief of AIADMK's legislature party, clearing the decks for her takeover as the chief minister of Tamil Nadu. Let us see what are the other highlights published on the front page of the Daily Mirror. Kudu Roshan hacked to death. Declassified document says JR was forced into deal with India. Cabinet reshuffle postponed. Gazette notification of electoral words out by February 9. 3 nabbed in mobile cash transfer scam. Exorcist injures boy's thumb. Secondly, let's move to daily news. The main headline says, COPE probe on hedging deals. Estimated loss from oil hedging deals, 14 billion rupees. AG asked to furnish audit report to Parliament within month. The Committee on Public Enterprises has decided to launch a full-scale investigation into the oil price hedging deals of the Ceylon Petroleum Corporation in 2007, which resulted in heavy losses to the state. COPE Chairman Sunil Hendunetti told the Daily News yesterday that a similar investigation as the Central Bank Treasury bond transaction would be commenced on the much-talked-about hedging deals. Another highlight says, new drug to be imported for heart patients. Patients can be saved by administering drug within 3 hours. Health Minister Dr. Rajida Senaratne has been considering the possibility of importing a new drug which can fight against heart attacks and save patients more effectively, Health Ministry sources said. According to the sources, heart patients can be saved by administering the drug within 3 hours of suffering the attack. The drug can be administered at any mobile clinic or at any hospital. At present, the drug is sold at 120,000 rupees. Another highlight says, Northern CM's hybrid court only a dream, says a minister. Northern Province Chief Minister's pledge to set up a hybrid court in the north will remain a dream forever, Skills Development and Vocational Training Minister Mahinda Samarasinghe said. Addressing the gathering at the 69th Independence Day celebrations in the Kalutra town on Saturday, the minister said certain individuals had become enslaved to foreign countries and organizations to gain certain privileges for themselves. The other highlights are National Audit Bill on House by April. Police uniform change, not from IGP for survey. Suspect transporting 7.3 kilos of Kerala ganja arrested. Ranjan issue SLA not to go ahead with TU action. MR with peculiar traits, SB Disanaika says. Finally, let's move to Ceylon today. The main headline says, Navy chase 3,000 Tamil Nadu fishers. Over 3,000 Tamil Nadu fishermen were reportedly chased away on Saturday by the Sri Lanka Navy personnel after the fishermen allegedly crossed local maritime borders. The main news continues on the page 2. Sri Lankan Navy stated that although they can't give an exact number, large numbers of Indian fishermen allegedly crossed the maritime boundary on Wednesday and Saturday and that they take appropriate action against them. Digital News Agency of India reported that over 3,000 Tamil Nadu fishermen were forced to return without catch after Sri Lankan Navy personnel allegedly snapped the fishing nets of 20 mechanized boats off Kachadivu. However, Navy spokesman Lieutenant Commander Chaminda Valakuluge said that the number of fishermen mentioned in the report was a complete exaggeration. Good news for corps. Police salaries increased by 40%. The police department said that from this month onwards, all salaries of police personnel will be increased by 40%. The department further said that approval has been granted to implement this wage increase from the month of January and that 70% of personnel in the department have already been given this increase. Another highlight says, perpetual treasuries banned from buying institutions. CBSL keeping eye on account. It is reported that the purchase of other institutions or the use of monies lying in the bank account belonging to the Perpetual Treasuries Company of Arjun Aloysius, who has been accused of being involved in the central bank treasury bond scam, has been banned. The other highlights on the front page of the Ceylon today, Ratnathera clearly a raw agent. Ranjan's behavior, Sasa says no further action. With that, let's come to an end of today's paper highlights. We will come with more news tomorrow morning. Thanks for listening to other newspaper highlights.